Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. The Indian Gaur versus African Buffalo. Who would win in a face-to-face combat? The Indian Gaur, also known as the Indian Bison, is the largest wild cow found in India and Southeast Asia. This species is the largest of the wild cattle and even the largest animal in the bovidae family. This wild bovine can be easily domesticated, and the domesticated form of the gaur is called mithun. They are also known for their bad temper, particularly during the mating season or when defending their territory. They have a thick muscular build and carved horns that can grow up to 4 feet in length. The African buffalo, also known as the Black Death, is considered to be one of the most dangerous animals in Africa due to their most aggressive, unpredictable nature and tendency to charge when they feel threatened. They are extremely dangerous to both humans and other animals. Buffaloes are thought to be responsible for killing 200 people per year. Once a buffalo is charging, it is determined to kill its target and is almost impossible to stop. They have a large muscular build with thick horns that can be up to 5 feet in length. Range and habitat. The Indian Gaur, also known as the Indian Bison, is found in India, Nepal, Bhutan, and Bangladesh. They are primarily found in forested areas including tropical and subtropical forest, grasslands, and hill regions. Indian Gaur are also highly adaptable and they can live in areas of varying altitude ranging from sea level to over 3,000 meters. Unlike the African buffalo, Indian Gaur forms small groups consisting of females and young offspring. On the other hand, the African buffalo is found in sub-Saharan Africa. They inhabit a wide range of habitats including savannas, forests, and grasslands. They are highly adaptable and can live in a variety of environments, from dry to arid areas to wet and swampy regions. You can spot them in African countries like Togo, Somalia, Zambia, Uganda, Ethiopia, Guinea, and Zimbabwe. African buffaloes are known to form large herds that can consist of up to 100 individuals. Size and weight. The Indian Gaur is the largest wild bovine species found in South Asia. They typically weigh between 600 to 1,500 kilograms and stand about 5.5 to 7.5 feet tall at the shoulder. They have a body length between 8 to 11 feet. Males are generally larger and heavier than females, with some males reaching weight of up to 1,800 kilograms. On the other hand, the African buffalo is the largest of the African buffalo species. They typically weigh between 500 to 1,000 kilograms and stand about 3 to 5.5 feet tall at the shoulder. They can growing up to 7 to 11 feet in length. Male buffaloes are generally larger and heavier than females, with some males reaching weight of up to 1,200 kilograms. Overall, both species are large and formidable animals, with the Indian Gaur being larger and heavier than the African buffalo. Social behavior. African buffalo live in large herds that can consist of hundreds or even thousands of individuals. These herds are usually made up of females and their offspring. with males living on the outskirts or forming their own bachelor herds. Some buffalo bulls, referred to as bovidae, which have left their herds and taken up a solitary or bull group lifestyle. The females are typically related to one another and form strong bonds, while males compete for dominance and access to females during the breeding season. Indian Gaur, on the other hand, live in smaller herds of around 10 to 20 individuals, although solitary individuals or larger groups of up to 40 have also been observed. Indian Gaur are social animals that live in small herds consisting mainly of females and their young. They communicate with one another using a range of vocalization, engage in grooming behaviors to maintain social bonds, and compete for dominance during the breeding season. Aggression. African Cape buffalo are known for their aggression, particularly when it comes to protecting their herds or territory. African buffaloes are considered to be dangerous for humans, so dangerous that even the trophy hunters consider them among the most dangerous animals to hunt in Africa. They are known to charge at lions, hyenas, and even humans if they feel that their herd is in danger. On the other hand, the Indian bison is less aggressive than African buffalo. They rarely attack on humans and are known to be easily domesticated. Diet. African Cape buffaloes are herbivores and primarily feed on grasses. They prefer to eat fresh green grasses. They are also known to eat other plant materials such as leaves, stems, and bark, particularly during the dry season when grasses are less abundant. Indian Gaur are herbivores and their diet consists primarily of grasses, leaves, fruits, stems, and flowers. They typically eat during the early morning hours and late evening. Fight. So now let's get back to our main question. Who would win between these two wild cows, the Indian Gaur or the African Cape buffalo? Overall, it is difficult to predict who would win in a fight between these two powerful animals, as the outcome would likely depend on a variety of factors, including size, strength, and aggression levels. Remember that African Cape buffalo has been considered one of the most dangerous animals in Africa. However, Indian Gaur are much larger and heavier than African buffalo that are known to be fiercely protective of their herds and are capable of defending themselves against predators such as tiger and leopards. But that doesn't mean that Indian bison would easily win this match. According to me, if there is a fight between African buffalo and Indian bison of similar size and weight, then this fight will easily go in favor of African buffalo, because the African buffaloes are more aggressive, powerful, dangerous, and territorial than Indian bison. Cape buffaloes have been observed to attack even rhinos and elephants that can also known to attack lions. Plus, it also has a thicker and stronger neck compared to its Indian cousin. But on the other hand, the sheer size and power of Indian Gaur is hard to beat. There is about 600 kg difference between their weight. The large size and heavy weight of Indian bison will help him win this fight against Cape buffalo. So finally, it is concluded that there are more than 65% chances that Indian Gaur will win this fight against Cape Buffalo, but not so easily. But what's your opinion? To tell me in the comments.